The strategic defense and security of the country, how the non-defense areas in the end.
President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, also Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, has been emphasizing building of a strong professional army, a self-sustaining economy, and empowering Ugandans with skills for wealth creation.
Brigade Commander, who is Brigadier Engineer Besigye Bekunda, has a master's degree, civil engineer. He's a registered civil engineer with a number of engineers under him, a number of technicians, a number of masons. We have a capacity right now of over 3,000 workers who are engineers and artisans and technicians of different fields. We have the physical, we have the civil engineers, electrical, the water, and everything. No single company in the whole of East Africa has the capacity of the Uganda People's Defense Forces. But this could not be harnessed in the midst of wars and what. Now that there is peace in this country, ushered in by the NRM government, the soldiers are now out of the front line and they're being fitted in to the various areas that they are supposed to be. So we have several engineers, and as I speak, I think more 2,000 other engineers are coming out to join. They will be passed out soon to join the Engineers Brigade. That's the manpower of 5,000. In the whole of East Africa, no single construction company or engineering company would be having such a manpower at its own disposal.
Brigadier Engineer Besigye Bekunda. I'm the commander of the UPDF Engineers Brigade. I'm a civil engineer by profession and a registered engineer with the Engineers Registration Board. The Engineers Brigade is a specialized arm of the Uganda People's Defense Forces that supports war-fighting forces and also involved in the infrastructure development within the Ministry of Defense. It has largely two big departments or roles. One is the combat engineering department, which supports war-fighting forces in terms of mobility, sustainability of own forces, and counter-mobility of enemy forces. Then the civil engineering department, which deals with the infrastructure within the UPDF and the wider government. As I have said, the Engineers Brigade is a specialized arm of the UPDF. It's not a private company, neither is it under the National Enterprise Corporation. It's like when you see Armored Brigade, Moi Brigade. So it is a department under the UPDF. I wanted also to first highlight that a number of activities we are doing within UPDF, because within UPDF we don't have any contractor now. All the works are being done by Engineers Brigade. In the last 2 years, we have constructed 10 new barracks. We have constructed 14 training schools which are under rehabilitation and expansion, particularly the National Defense College. 14 health center 3s in order to improve the welfare of our soldiers. So the by the end of this financial year, we shall have only 2 brigades without permanent homes. So the rest of the brigades will have permanent homes. We are also now constructing houses. We have embarked on constructing houses for soldiers in 13 barracks, and in a way of improving the welfare. So, and all these are done by Engineers Brigade. Now, following the successful implementation of projects within UPDF, His Excellency the President and Commander-in-Chief directed that Ministry of Health and Ministry of Education projects should be given to Engineers Brigade. The reasons were that there had been complaints from these ministries about private companies not completing projects, private companies doing shoulder works, private companies being expensive. And indeed, the way, as you have said, in July 2021, His Excellency the President issued a directive to those ministries to utilize the Engineers Brigade to carry out these projects. And since then, we have got the following projects. The Office of the Prime Minister, 9 projects, which includes health centers and schools. The Ministry of Health, 24, which has rehabilitations of hospitals and expansions of the referral hospitals, particularly in terms of infrastructure for producing medical oxygen. Then the Ministry of Education, we have 3 projects. The biggest one being the rehabilitation of Nambole Stadium, which had totally dilapidated, and we are going to carrying out massive rehabilitation of the Mandela Stadium.
They live within their means, they do work within their means. On the issue of cost, we are incomparable. The Ministry of Defense and Uganda People's Defense Forces Engineers Brigade is not a profit-making entity. And I think that is the basis upon which the President made a comparative analysis and gave us to try. And I think the trial is going on and it's going to be adopted. We are getting ready that this will be the way to go, because we save the Engineers Brigade when they make an estimate for building a health center they will make a saving of almost 400 million. And others have been arguing that, yes, we don't pay other taxes or VAT or what, but even if you take away that aspect, still we are far much lower and doing the same job and even doing it better. So quality, cost effectiveness, and quality work, we are incomparable. The soldiers, the Uganda People's Defense Forces take their instructions very seriously, and they know the consequences of not doing it right.
One of the mandates is Combat Engineering Department, which supports war-fighting forces in terms of mobility, and Civil Engineering Department, which deals with infrastructural development.
Ministry of Local Government, 88 projects, and all these are related to health infrastructure in 27 districts. You might ask why only 27 districts. Is because by the time the directive came, and by the time we started these projects was the mid of the financial year 21-22. Then the Ministry of Internal Affairs, particularly the Directorate of Citizens and Immigration, we are constructing a regional center in Guru. It's a very big building, 4 floors, where they will be carrying out the activities. Then the Ministry of Works, and particularly the Civil Aviation Authority, we are carrying out completion and rehabilitation of Entebbe Airport. Our scope is on the new terminal building, passenger terminal building, which we are carrying out. We are also building a church for Kampala Archdiocese in Kachiri, and also some minor work with the Judicial Service Commission. So all the total number of projects which we are carrying out is 129, with the value of 180 billion shillings. All these works are in progress, and we are expected to complete them between March this year and July this year. So the idea why the Engineers Brigade was tasked, one is cost effectiveness. Cost effectiveness, doing these works at a reasonable cost. Then quality of the works. The quality of works. We have to ensure that quality and the quality of the works is not compromised. Then confidentiality. You know, some of these works the government should be done in-house, not by foreign companies who take away drawings, designs to know what we are doing, and also capital flight. Capital flight, as you know, that most of the government projects are done by foreign companies who take away all the money. But if the Engineers Brigade does this work, all the money will remain in Uganda. So those are some of the reasons why the president is using Engineers Brigade. The ministries, they prepare bills of quantities, designs, and we give them our cost. And they also do the supervision. So they do the supervision because for us, we are working like a contract. For example, the Ministry of Health has got clerks of works. A clerk of works is a representative of the employer who supervises the works on a day-to-day basis, makes reports, valuation statements, and it is only the Entebbe Airport where they have got a consultant, but then the Ministry of Local Government, where the works are in those districts, the district engineer with his team are the ones who supervise our works and do the evaluations.
This is a new project, new assignment, which we had not done before outside the UPDF. The UPDF was building our own construction projects here before. We had undertaking building of barracks and the housing units, but we have never gone outside the UPDF. So we need the monitoring and evaluation team, and they have been very, very exemplary. They have gone all throughout the country to look out the projects being undertaken by the Engineers Brigade. And their reports are very informative, positive feedback, and also where they point out our weaknesses is where we are going to use to rectify. But I can tell you 100% satisfied with the work that we are doing. Well, we are the political wing, that we are the link, the bridge between the Ministry of Defense UPDF. First of all, UPDF is under Article 208 and 209. It's a national force established as a constitutional body. So what we are doing is very constitutional. And for us as the political supervisors, we are duty bound. And in this ministry, I'm designated directly with the Honorable Sempija. We all work as a team. But somebody keeping an eye. I've personally gone to Kisoro. I've also gone to sightseeing, to inspect what our people are doing and receive complaints and address them. And so far, our role as a ministry is to make sure that the mandate, that the constitutional mandate and the presidential directive is fulfilled.
The Uganda People's Defence Force Engineering Brigade is the construction arm of the Army with a mandate to carry out strategic infrastructural development during operations and peace times. The brigade, which was recently given a task to implement construction of government health centers and schools, among others, has two main mandates.
One of the roles of Engineers Brigade indeed is supporting ministries and departments when there are also disasters. We carry out, for example, in 2021, when the lake levels rose and the Narubare Dam was about to be washed away, we're involving in removing the floating weeds from Narubare Dam. When there were floods and landslides in eastern Uganda and Bududa area, we're involved in those activities. And also during Army Week Tarehe Sita, we carry out projects as a token of appreciation to the support of the Wananchi, like the last Tarehe Sita, which was on 6 February 2023. We were involved in constructing a number of projects in Greater Mbarara, which were free. At the same time, when we are carrying out these works, we buy materials from the local population and also employ the laborers from those localities so that people earn a living, earn some money. So what we do, we just take the supervisors and we try to make sure that at least we get some of the local younger people whom we work with so that they can get some money and learn some skills, which is different from private contractors. You'll find some private contractors carry all the laborers from one region to another. If you have seen even the Chinese, they employ drivers as Chinese, they employ clerks as Chinese. So you find that the locality where the project is, the benefits are limited. Even building materials, you buy from the local population so that they also earn some money. That is a way of endearing the UPDF to the Wananchi.
And for us, we see ourselves as superseding. We have gone beyond. The quality of work, our clients are very happy with it. And the Engineers Brigade still gives the fulfillment of the constitutional mandate as the People's Defense Forces. They are doing this on behalf of Ugandans who would be fleeched out. Some of our contractors who had gotten into, they do shoulder work. There was no efficiency. There was no quality assurances. Here we do, and we are open. And this is the first time on the construction aspect that government to government is handling such massive projects.
Engineering Brigade is headed by Engineer Brigadier General Besje Benkunda, a registered civil engineer with a Bachelor of Science in Engineering and a Master of Science in Engineering from Makerere University. Due to public demand over shoddy work done by private contractors, The UPDF Civil Engineering Department stepped in at the request of the Commander-in-Chief, President Yoweri Museveni, to take on the challenge of engineering construction works in the country.
We have the relevant capacity. I want to thank the CDF and the UPDF leadership who gave us equipment. Recently, we acquired a lot of equipment. We have got 2 road units. These road units are composed of excavators, bulldozers, graders, compactors, which are used in leveling sites, access roads, because previously we were hiring equipment. We have got block making machines. For example, now we have 10 block making machines. Each block making machine can make 5,000 blocks per day. And a simple 3-bedroom house is can use 3,000 blocks. In other words, each machine, when you have it, you are able to make blocks which can build 2 houses in a day. We have got a lot of other assorted equipment which we have acquired. So in terms of equipment, we are now building capacity in that general area. Manpower, we now have slots in recruitment. For example, in the last year, we got 600 artisans who were recruited specifically for UPDF. And those who are under training, we have now 1,000. So we have now a total of 3,500 personnel of different categories. And our target is to reach 10,000 within 2 years. And also, so with those personnel, those are adequate because, as I've told you, whenever we have projects in localities, we get support from the local population. So the building of manpower capacity in terms of recruitment is going on. Training in universities, we have now 20 engineers whom we have sponsored in master's degrees programs and other academic programs. We have got training with the Uganda Institution of Professional Engineers. So we are having a lot of refresher trainings to ensure that our engineers get all the skills and relevant experiences to undertake these works. There is a lot of appreciation, there is a lot of excitement of how the Engineers Brigade is delivering these infrastructure projects. And we promise that we are not going to disappoint the population, we are not going to disappoint the Commander-in-Chief. We are going to work and work and work and improve all to make sure that, because in other countries, the armies do a lot of work for government, roads, and a lot of infrastructure. And this is a saving to government. Because when you look at these projects we are doing, we are likely to make a saving of around 50 billion. Now, 50 billion can construct, if, for example, the cost of a classroom which is around 30 million, 50 billion divided by 30, that's about 1,800 classrooms. Imagine. So the benefits to government departments are very huge, and we call upon all government departments to make sure that there is development of capacity of doing works in house. It should not only be Engineers Brigade. Like the Ministry of Works should have in-house capacity to construct roads. I don't see a reason why we should hire a private contractor to maintain gravel roads. So this should be a policy of government to build in-house capacity to do works by direct labor, what they call force on account.
Engineering Brigade is undertaking major infrastructural development projects of government. Uganda People's Defense Forces leadership are appreciative of the wisdom and the guidance of President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni for entrusting the Engineering Brigade with mega projects that reduced construction costs, time, and quality by providing patriotic, skilled labor force compared to private contractors whose mission is self-aggrandizement other than developing the country. In this regard, Uganda People's Defense Forces committees, which consist of 10 people in charge of monitoring and evaluation of the projects, are working tirelessly to the satisfaction of the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, President General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, the Ugandan public, and all areas where UPDF has served.
Uganda